It's that 10 seconds of, your muscles are spasming, your life force is shooting out. It's intense, it's pleasurable, but then it's over and you feel like shit. When you're having the full body orgasm, it's this constant internal pulsation. And it's a bit subtle in the beginning, but it grows and it grows. And it's not limited to 10 seconds. These can last several minutes. They can last hours even. Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so that you can magnetize your ideal life. Semen retention helps you last longer in bed. So most men ejaculate within a few minutes of penetration during sex. There's this worldwide epidemic of premature ejaculation among men. Most men think that ejaculation and orgasm are the same thing. And they start to associate ejaculation as being sort of the ultimate goal of sex, and they develop this addiction to ejaculatory orgasm. Now, the trouble with this is that ejaculation leads to fatigue. It leads to a recovery period. You have to recover from an ejaculation. You've spent your energy and the body has to recover. It's inevitable. And one of the major problems with this is that when you're ejaculating within a few minutes of starting sex, your partner is definitely not satisfied. Most women take at least 20 minutes to open up to orgasmic states. And so worldwide men are not able to match their partners during sex. And there's various reasons for this. Of course, being conditioned from, watching pornography, having poor masturbation habits, where you quickly reach the point of arousal, trains you to come to the point of ejaculation very quickly. But there's also many other factors as well. And a big part of it is this addiction to that ejaculatory response, this overstimulation and desire for instant gratification that's so common among men in this world. And I used to be, completely like this. I used to think it was amazing if I lasted 10 minutes during sex, to be honest. And what would happen was, I remember, I would be having sex with my partner and start to get that tingle of like, oh, an ejaculation's coming, but it's very addictive. You want to just go for it because that orgasm's right around the corner. So I would completely sort of neglect what was happening in the present moment and be so goal-oriented, like, okay, I'm feeling this tingle, I want to just go for it. It feels good, but I want more, I want it to feel better. Then I would hit that point of ejaculation, that maybe 10 seconds of excruciatingly intense pleasure, and then it's over, it's gone. And then there's that recovery period. Your mood drops, you go limp, you have to recover. I would often feel unmotivated for the rest of the day, and I would just be craving another orgasm, craving to have sex again, but I had to recover. So I was never really satisfied from sex because it didn't last very long. Once I hit that ejaculatory orgasm, it was over almost immediately, and my partner definitely wasn't satisfied. When you're a man and you're so focused and goal-oriented on reaching ejaculation, you're definitely not satisfying your partner, and you're really not even satisfying yourself either. So many men are completely addicted to ejaculation, and they can't even wait like an hour to reach ejaculation. Slow down, take their time. They have to rush right to that point of ejaculation. I want that now. I want this instant gratification. And I think there's many reasons and causes to this. I think a major cause is porn, because porn is a very unrealistic depiction of sexuality, and it trains your brain and your body to have very unhealthy patterns around sexuality. For example, it's so overstimulating, it just goes right to, intense hardcore sexual acts, and it's just all this stimulation. All of a sudden, your dopamine receptors are going crazy. All this stimulation, you reach a very high point of arousal very quickly, and it trains you to get in that pattern of instantly reaching this point of high arousal. And well, another big issue here is that men can't hold high levels of arousal in their bodies. It's uncomfortable for most men because their bodies are locked down with tension. They're closed down. As soon as they start to feel aroused, they see sexual images, they have this urge to get this energy out of their body. It's like, I can't hold on to this energy, I need to ejaculate it out. And some men start to even blame women for this. They say, oh, well, you shouldn't be, wearing these clothes, you shouldn't be showing your body. Our bodies are our bodies, right? They're natural. In our society, we've hypersexualized things. And so as soon as men see revealing images of women, so many of them get this intense sexual desire. They have to get it out of their body, so it triggers them to go, masturbate and ejaculate. And again, they blame it on the women. So the urge to ejaculate during sex is, it's the same thing as that urge to go masturbate and ejaculate when you see an image of an attractive woman and you get triggered by it. So this really comes down to training yourself to be able to move arousal throughout your body, to be able to hold that, move that arousal, transform it into something useful instead of, just feeling all this tension like, oh, I feel aroused and I have to get this sensation out of my body. So semen retention trains you to hold a higher degree of sexual energy in your body so that you're no longer triggered, by sexual images. You're no longer triggered during sex, like, oh, I need to, I feel this ejaculation coming, I need to just rush into it. It changes your dynamic of sexuality. When I started learning the benefits of semen retention, I started learning about how to have orgasms without ejaculation. It completely changed everything. The whole dynamic of sex changed for me. So now during sex, I start to feel that same tingle that, oh, an ejaculation could be near. Instead of going for it, I take a deep breath, I focus, and I think, okay, I can either end this right now or I can keep going. I can build more sexual energy in my body. I can give my partner a lot more pleasure, and I can actually have much more satisfying orgasms if I slow down a bit, if I take a deep breath and stop focusing on all this, external stimulation. I sort of meditate, right? And I start to move that tingle that could become an ejaculation. I start to move it upwards in my body just by using my internal awareness, by using the breath, sometimes some muscular engagement as well. And what this does is now that tingle, that sexual energy that's building, I can move it other places in my body. Usually I'll just bring it into my belly, I can bring it up to my heart, bring it up to my brain. Now I have this orgasmic energy building in other parts of my body. And so the pleasure starts to grow, and I can continue having sex. And then more sexual energy builds up, and I keep moving it until pretty soon I'm in this incredible state of full body orgasm that feels absolutely incredible. It's so much different than, when you have an ejaculation. It's that 10 seconds of, your muscles are spasming, your life force is shooting out. It's intense, it's pleasurable, but then it's over and you feel like shit. When you're having the full body orgasm, it's this constant internal pulsation. And it's a bit subtle in the beginning, but it grows and it grows. And it's not limited to 10 seconds. These can last several minutes. They can last hours even. So it's a completely different dynamic. So being able to hold your sexual energy in your body, first of all, you have so much more energy. You have so much more connection to your partner. And you have much better orgasms, much better control during sex because you're not triggered to just release everything, as so many men are. Instead of that, you hold on to this energy. You last as long as you want to in bed. You give your partner much more pleasure, and you bring yourself more fulfillment as well. So instead of having this pattern of being addicted to instant gratification, looking at porn, ejaculating, or having sex and just going for that ejaculatory orgasm, you learn to delay gratification. You learn to work hard for things. You learn to focus, to meditate during sex, to bring the sexual energy upwards in the body instead of losing it, to slowly build it up to full body states of orgasm. And another strong connection between semen retention and sexual performance is what we'll call your internal battery. So semen, it takes a lot of energy for the body to produce semen. When you're constantly ejaculating, you're throwing away your life force. It's quite simple. All these resources your body's pouring into creating semen, you're just wasting them, and you go into depletion. Sometimes it takes, years or decades to occur, but eventually it starts to catch up with you and you start having sexual dysfunctions. You have erectile dysfunction, you have premature ejaculation. These are often symptoms of depletion. So by practicing retention, you build up your internal battery. You create this strong charge of energy. And now you have all this sexual power. You have strong erections, and you have the ability to bring yourself to high states of internal orgasm. Now, I need to mention here that it's very important that you have some sort of internal practice to move that energy you're building up out of your testicles, move the energy throughout the body. Or else what happens is you're practicing semen retention, you're not meditating, you're not moving the energy, you're just building up all this pressure in your genitals. And then as soon as you become aroused, it's just going to explode out of your penis because you haven't programmed another channel in the body for that to move through. So in my opinion, it's absolutely crucial if you're practicing semen retention to do some sort of internal practice, do meditation, doing yoga to open up the body, doing qigong to start learning how to move the energy throughout the body. This is how you can have sex while retaining semen and have a high degree of control over your ejaculation. If you're not doing these things, if you're just retaining your semen, not moving the energy, not working with your body, then you're not going to be able to last long during sex, basically. And that's why, some men claim that semen retention causes premature ejaculation. It's just a neglect of doing the proper practices. So this is the sexual kung fu approach to sex: retaining your semen during sex, moving those orgasms upward in your body instead of ejaculating out your sexual energy, bringing your partner a high amount of pleasure, bringing yourself a great amount of fulfillment. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to learn more about how to control yourself, how how to control your energy during sex, check out my free ejaculation control guide. There's a link in the video description. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Have a great day, my friends.